Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Napoleon Total War 3 battle for you today, and this is the Battle of Jena, part of a two-part battle mini-series that's going on. It's like gonna be the battle. We're gonna do the Battle of Jena. We're gonna do the Battle of Auerstadt, which is basically the twin battle at the same time. This is basically happening the same day, same time, and yes, this is a showdown between France, the Grand Army, and the Saxons and Prussian armies here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here today. We have 3 French armies facing a Saxon and 2 Prussian armies. And yeah, this is a historical battle, happened in 1806. And yeah, I'm probably going to show Jena off today. Obviously this was meant to be yesterday's video, but we had some editing issues, and all sorted now. And but yeah, so and then shortly after I will do the Battle of Auerstadt, probably later this week. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that one as well. But if you are enjoying seeing Napoleon Total War 3 at the moment on the channel, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. As these huge French columns of infantry march forward, they still got that sort of like revolutionary look to them. Even though they're the Grand Army, they still have that revolutionary look. They're not quite got like the typical French like Napoleonic style yet that everyone's so used to. But as you can see here, we've got some grenadiers already opening fire from like this little building here. And I love like the Saxon position. It's actually like set up kind of like a Napoleonic battle almost is. Like you have cannons and infantry just scattered kind of everywhere across the landscape. You're just going to kind of see what's going to happen there. And you can see the French already opening fire as well. Grenadiers, the line, these boys. They become the old guard eventually, if you don't already. Oh, look at this. The French have been caught out. Okay, so this is going to be the first combat. Usually, as always, it's cavalry that has the first combat. It's going to be some chasseurs de cheval against some chevaliers of Saxony. With the support, again, of some more grenadiers, I think, from and Schutzen. You need to be careful not to shoot their own stuff. And there's stakes here, so France needs to be careful. France needs to be careful. But they are actually routing that unit. They might route this one as well. I mean, certainly with more cavalry coming up. This is very silly. France is using a lot of his cavalry up early on. Like, this is dangerous. You need to keep cavalry in reserve. I mean, they still have more cavalry. They have more hussars, more chasseurs. So yes, in history, the Battle of Jena was a French victory. It was part of the Prussian campaign of 1806. It's just after like Austerlitz. So Napoleon's finished beating up the Russians and the Austrians. He's now into the Prussians. And yes, he's trying to subjugate Europe under his heel. Here you go. You can see the French are setting up. So yeah, Jena and Auerstadt. So the Battle of Jena and Auerstadt are basically 2 battles that take place. I think the French have something like 14,000 like casualties in total at the 2 battles combined, while the Prussians have about 41,000. So they're 2 like absolutely damning. Just gonna enjoy that volley. But yeah, like it's an absolute damning defeats for like the Prussians. And yeah, they basically bring the Prussians to the negotiating table pretty quickly as like this huge line battle goes on. This is amazing. Glorious as ever. Glorious as ever. Firing down on those musketeers. But yeah, so these are like, this is, I mean, it's quite a good thing for the Prussians to lose these battles, because their army gets massively reformed after this, because they are still like using like a lot of Frederick the Great sort of style units and tactics. Because obviously Frederick was great, so why wouldn't you like change it? I mean, it says in his name he was great, so why would you change tactics from then, sort of thing. But yeah, so obviously then the Prussians go into massive reform, and basically some of their reformation from like I'm probably going to pronounce his name incorrectly, like Nassau or Nassau or however you say it. He basically goes on to reform the Prussian army that basically then like stay in place to like World War I and even World War II in some cases. So it's yeah, quite interesting, like through defeat, that the Prussians go on to like obviously reform massively. I mean, that's kind of how you reform though. You usually get like lose somewhere. Got line infantry here now opening up. This is a huge blob of French infantry. I'm quite scared for the Prussians. This is a lot, but the Prussians have a lot of reserves still coming. Like you can see all of these Prussians back here. The Prussians need to hold on for all of these to come up. It's got the Rochelle. I guess like Rochelle. You've got the Hohenland. I guess these are the marshals, or like the generals of the divisions. While the Saxons have Chevy. I'm not even going to try and say that. I'm not even going to try and say that name. But yes, this battle was well, Napoleon apparently, according to Wiki, was at this one, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't. I'm pretty sure he was at neither battle. I'm pretty sure he was kind of like in the middle, like kind of caught between the two. And at this one, it's like Ney. I'm pretty sure it's Ney, Salt, and Lands. But at this one, and they basically trounced a far superior in numbers Prussian army. But technologically, they're like I said, still using like Frederick the Great's tactics, and they still have like really old muskets. They don't have like up-to-date muskets. So, but they fight hard apparently. They fight very well for having like poor muskets and like tactics, which kind of scared Napoleon apparently when he heard about like what happened, or like scared the marshals. But yeah, and then the other battle was Bernadotte and Devaux, who were at the other one. Though Devaux never really made it in time, I'm pretty sure. Or Bernadotte never made it in time, so it was mainly Devaux fighting. General under attack. Oh, he must be getting like shot by stray balls. But there's another French army over here. I think this is the army led by Lannes. I don't know where he is exactly. Well, here, exactly here. He's the brave of the braves, of the bravest, apparently. But they should really need to get a push on. They need to be focusing down this Saxon army. Really, I mean, they're capturing a lot of buildings here. The Saxons catching all these buildings in the back. This is a huge French front line, though. Just love it. But yeah, sadly this battle was supposed to come out yesterday. I do apologise for that. Yeah, I had some technical issues. Basically, I mean, there might have been a few that saw it, but basically there's no noise. Just didn't sound like, just gonna hear this beautiful British voice going on, commentating about all this stuff. And the French are trying to go for this artillery piece here, I think. They've been scared off by dragoons. But they're gonna try and come again. Here they come. Look at this. They've just been persistent, these shushers. And they're gonna cut down these guys. But yes, so we sorted it all out very easily. It was a very simple issue that was the problem, and yeah, it all sorted really. And here we are, like just chatting away now. But yeah, so there'll be this battle coming out today, and there will be another one, which I mean, if you're watching in the opposite direction, you already know what the second video is. But otherwise, I probably won't tell you. Probably because I've got a few options available to what I want to show you guys, and I like having that. I like having a few options to choose from. And but yeah, so there you go. The French are actually falling back. They're getting scared off by these Prussians in the trees. Prussians, it's actually the Saxons in the trees. Yeah, and they're falling back, but they're still pushing hard over here. French, they need to be careful that they stay together, because otherwise they'll get flanked and get some nasty flanking shots. I mean, the French are all the way around here, and the Prussians have got a cavalry unit that's going deep into enemy lines. This is a hussar unit. It's going to try and go deep into enemy lines. It's going to cross all these little streams, or like, I'm assuming these are streams. They don't look that well done. It doesn't look great water. Maybe it's just like ditches. But yeah, they're just sneaking around behind. They need to be careful they don't just get taken out. Take out some like artillery. Some of the French might need them. But yeah, you got tirailleurs here. I knew that they were light infantry, really. But you often see them like in the not in the Grand Army, in the Imperial Guard like faction for the French. You see them as like light infantry, and or like even in like some of the elite like French armies, you can see them as like light infantry. And I'm pretty sure tirailleurs are light infantry. Going off my basic Napoleon Total War knowledge, like in the base game they are anyway. Certainly light infantry. For the Emperor! Vive l'Empereur! Valor and discipline, I'm pretty sure that says. That's what the French flag's saying. They are breaking the Prussians here though. This is huge, and look, the French are going to take advantage. They're going to try and flank now. It's a bold strategy, but obviously these Prussian units can rejoin. There's still Prussian units that can take, like, fill in the holes, basically, put it like that. I mean, these French units might need to get into the field. I mean, they can't really afford to leave units in reserve. They've got Rangers of the line, more line infantry. Yeah, they can't really afford to leave them in reserve, I don't feel. I think they need to make a push. I'd just send them around here, try and take this building. Because this is kind of like a linchpin of this defense. If they take this, and they're swinging behind all these defenses here, and they can basically undo the Saxon position. I mean, it's a risky play, but they do need to rely on, like, Lannes' army here to start attacking. But what the heck is Lannes' army doing? What is this French army doing? It's like going really far around. I think it's going into the woodlands so we can try and catch the Saxons like off. But the Saxons have already seen what like the French army's doing, so it's not like any surprise. Got Chevaliers here. What's this? Oh, it's another chasseur unit. It's like a weakened one coming up. They might need to send that to go and deal with these hussars. I mean, the Chevaliers and the hussars though are both kind of like pincering the French in. This is a real concern now for the French. They're about to get surrounded by cavalry, or like, not loosely surrounded, I'd say, because obviously there are ways out. They're actually falling back. The chasseurs didn't fancy their chances, I guess, because, oh yeah, look at this. The French infantry shooting their own men. Need to be careful. I've seen a bit of this going on quite a bit. Like here, for instance, they'll be shooting onto the side of their own men. It's a thing you need to, like, be aware of, because it just do a lot of damage to morale. And see, the chasseurs are coming up. Why are they just sending their chasseurs just, like, after guns? Like, this is just never going to end well. 12-pounder guns are trying to take out here. I mean, they might... Yeah, they might scare the horses off, but the crew won't die. They've got plenty of cuirassiers nearby. This is a 175 men in a cuirassier unit. Jeez. It's insane. But yes, this won't end well. I don't even think they've scared off any of the crew. I mean, they killed 7. Yeah, it's not much of an achievement. They should keep their cavalry around to counter other cavalry. Like, just, they should. And like, look at this. Saxony's like got so much over here in reserve as well. Like, if he needed to, he could fall away. Like, Lannes just even like giving battle to like the Saxon army. So why bother keeping an army here? Just go over and deal with this French army. Like Ney and Soult over here are having a real old scrap. And yeah, I mean, the French are in full retreat. I think they need to be honest. They're having a rough time. We can see this extra like corps that's like appeared Rochelle here. Definitely pronouncing it wrong. I do apologize to like any German people watching. Definitely pronouncing it wrong, but yeah, like you can see Rochelle is like forcing way around. I mean, the French have still got some cavalry here, got some more chasseurs. They've got lots of chasseurs, cheval. Don't know if they could have brought any other stuff, but I certainly would have if I could have. Like, the Prussians are cuirassiers and hussars. I think I've seen some hussars for the French, but not many. But yeah, you can see here that they're trying to just get around, and I mean the cavalry here at 91 dragoons. They'll smash that chasseur unit. And, well, yeah, this is the thing. Look at this now. They can just transfer all these troops to just face this small, like, I call it a corps almost. I mean, this could be most of, like, one army here. Like, the French are leaving this amount. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry units high and dry, really. And they're retreating with the rest. And then finally bringing up these other units in reserve. Like, these Grenadiers line should have been in battle so much earlier. Soult's been fired upon. As is actually no, Soult and Ney hasn't been. Soult has been. We've got so many in reserve. They need to like. Look at that. It looks amazing. Just in the woods, you can just see like the Saxons here doing their bit. Careful you don't shoot your own artillery piece though. Oh, actually, I think you can. Firing all the French across the field there. Looks excellent. Looks excellent. And yeah, the Saxons are now going to go and defend this village. I would send Saxon battalions or regiments. I'd go through this village here and come round. I mean, the French are definitely going to counter it, or they're going to be forced to retreat because of that. But in doing so, you save the Prussians having to fight anything. What is this? The gun? Why did the French bring a gun so close? It's a 4-pounder artillery piece. It's going to be again left high and dry. They're going to fire. Let's watch it fire. It's going to fire. No, they're not fancying their chances. I can hear cavalry going off. Oh, it's a cavalry coming for this. There you go. They're gonna get their revenge after all the cavalry charges on their guns. Oh my gosh! The guns of the Prussians just killed like a load of hussars, and they actually routed the hussars. And the French crew went. Well, that's fair enough then. But yeah, I don't think there was very much coordination there. The Prussian artillery just put a hole in the hussars, sorry, of Prussia. Now you can see there's fight. I can hear fighting going on. Oh, it's the French. What is this? It's Grenadiers the line. They're fighting a load of line infantry, or the Saxons, and some cavalry. Got Chevalets going in. They came all the way around. And yeah, they're going to actually rout that Grenadier line. That's one of the very most elite units that they have. And the French are finally appearing over here as I think the Saxons are. Some of the Saxon units are falling back. But yeah, the French are finally appearing here. They needed to do this a lot earlier. They needed to really just like take the fight to the Saxons. They weren't even facing a full army, and they could have possibly had to force like the Prussians to draw off troops to come and face them. But instead, the Prussians have been able to send everything towards these two French armies, and it's becoming a 2.5 versus 2 army, like a 2.5 versus 2, basically. If you know what I mean, like 2 full armies and 2.5 armies facing each other, and the Prussians are winning because they have that extra half army of the Saxons. And yeah, look at this. What is this? These Grenadiers of the Prussians. They look cool. I like them. And they've just scared off some line infantry. And now this flank's gone. And look at this. The French are in full retreat. And you've got like tiny poor units like this. The Trillier has been left behind. Rip in peace to the tirailleurs. No. Come back. No. Oh dear. Poor them. They're gone. And there you go. The Prussians are basically taking the field. They are pushing the French back to like this river or ditch or road or whatever it is. I think it's a ditch or something like that. But they're forcing them back. And that is kind of scary. The French have been pushed back like a lot. And the Battle of Jena is certainly at the moment is turning out to be very different to how it was in history. I mean, it was a bit like this. Like the French got absolute hammering to start with. I think it was this one or it might be Auerstadt. They're kind of very similar in how they turned out, basically. The French took a very hard pounding to start with, and then they turn it around and go and win it because I think one of them, it might have been Jena, Frederick William, the Prussian king, basically takes command, and he's not a very good general. He's pretty incompetent. And he goes defensive when they have the larger army, the Prussians. So, yeah, so the French take advantage and basically win the battle. Yeah, I think he takes command because the Prussian general at the time dies or gets wounded. But here you go, look at this. You're going to see a load of crasses coming up. They're going to come and try and deal with all these French infantry here. I mean, they're definitely going to do so. You've got hussars here. Line infantry, they need to like just open fire. I mean, look at this unit. It's able to fire on just about, or like attack on just about 3 or 4 different units at the same time simultaneously. It's such a huge unit. It's got 127 men left. Yeah, this Cuirassier unit is fighting about 1, 2, 3 French units simultaneously. That is insane. And they've got cavalry coming in here. Look at this. This whole small corps here that's like was in this forest is getting cut off. It's Ney's kind of like corps, I guess you say. And yeah, he's like got lots of light infantry in here that are just gonna get like murdered. What's this? This is some hussars here. He needs to use these hussars and just like clear stuff out. Like get rid of some of these dragoons. I'm kind of rooting for the French right now. Like they've had having a really rough time with these cavalry. And finally, I think Lanz has got involved in some sort of a battle. I think he's having some sort of a sharpshooting fight. Barely, I think. You've got some shots in there firing, but hardy. I think also you can see there's cannons been having to go at these line infantry here. Yeah, you've got like a cannon over here just hiding in the woods. What is this, an 8-pounder? Got a nice position, to be fair. I kind of like it. What's that? More cavalry. They got some hussars over there as well. That's good. He's just going to fire into a tree. Or are they going to put a hole into this time? What are you going to put a hole into this time? Grenadiers aligned. Good target. Come on, men. Load it up. I want to see a volley. There's other stuff to be looking at right now. No, they weren't firing at that. They were firing at that unit of infantry all the way back here, I think. Or the cavalry. One or the other. They missed the grenadiers anyway. And there you go. You can see Lanz now he's engaging. He's scared off the Schutzen. He's got some pioneers here as Saxony you can bring into the fight. I was going to stick them in the building. Not a bad idea. Good unit sticking in a building. And the French, yeah, look at this. They're having a really rough time. They are literally surrounded by cavalry. They can go nowhere. There's just this huge, like, Cuirassier unit. We've got the Chevaliers, you've got dragoons, more hussars, just surrounding. And so they're going to get face down in the front by the infantry of the Prussians and the Saxons. And then behind them, they've just got cavalry onslaughts coming. And the French are trying to push out again. They're going to try and retake this village, I think. Allies have captured a building. What have they captured? Oh, apparently they captured this. Is it just because this gunner's walking past it? I don't know. There's literally no infantry in there. But here it goes. Looks like the French are going in. Oh, not the French. Oh no, I thought the Prussians were going to go in again, but they formed square. Did the French? So that's smart. They need to get away. They don't want to allow these French to just like fire volleys at them. That's just exactly what the French want. Oh, its artillery's gone as well. I think they're out of artillery, the French. I don't think Lanz has got any artillery. And look at this. Yeah, they've got loads of cavalry over here. They might need to like send it across, to be honest. Like, there is little to no cavalry in this flank that Lanz has got to worry about. He's got to, like, the French over here, they're begging for cavalry. They just need some cavalry. Get the cavalry in close and fight, like, near the French lines. Then the infantry can go in and support. They've got a chance. They've got a chance. And yeah, you can see the French are going to make an advance again. Here we go. The French are on the counter-attack again. Light infantry focusing down. I think they're going to try and take this building. I think that's what they're trying to set up. They've got grenadiers a line that can do it, but look, they're running away. They're counter-attacking, but also running away because the Prussians, Rochelle's corps is coming out of the woods now. The Prussians are coming! The Prussians are coming! If you watched the 1970 Waterloo film, you'll know where that's from. Well, obviously, you know what part that's at. Yeah, that's such a good film. Such a good film. Brings back good childhood memories. I haven't watched it in ages. Making me want to watch it again now, but yeah. We can see that the French need to get moving. Like, Lannes needs to get moving. He needs to just send a few regiments in here, go and take this building, and send the rest up. He needs to go. Like, Saxony's giving up this area. He's going to go and rejoin up with the Prussians. And the Prussians are joining up with, like, the Saxons as well. He's, like, lost the chance. He's, like, lost the element of surprise. And here we go. Who's gone in? It's going to be the Grenadiers, the line going in against the Grenadiers. And here, what is this unit? Grenadiers. It's Grenadiers match. But yeah, it's like, let us in, break through, men, break through. For the Emperor, we must take this farmhouse, this pitiful farmhouse. Reminds me again of like that famous like painting of Waterloo. It's like the Grenadier sergeant that just like smashes down the gates of Hougoumont. Kind of reminds me of that. I don't know why. I guess it's just because Grenadiers are going in. But they're the right men to send in to take buildings. Good in close combat. But that's the risk at the same time. Like you've got a good chance of losing units going into like house-to-house fighting. So like there's a good chance they could also lose this units. It's a big risk sending in like Grenadiers to go and like this fighting in here. I don't think they're going to do it. You know, there seems like a lot of Saxons left. I'm calling them Austrians because they look exactly like the Austrians, which is no surprise because Austria is part of the Holy Roman Empire, or well, leads the Holy Roman Empire, and that's what Saxony was part of. And also, they're in plain white. They're both in plain white. But yeah, as you can see here, it looks like Saxony's going for bayonet charges. He's given up. He's given up shooting at the French. He's going to just go in and charge them. Which is fair enough, because I'd say on average, like the French one-on-one on most of like any of these Prussian or Saxon units has been able to like beat them in a firefight. But like when it comes to like melee, I wouldn't say so. I would say the German anger is going to be the way. But I mean, this is just the French. Look at this. The French retreat, and they're going to do this in 140 years time. And we're all going to laugh at them. But they retreat, and they retreat to Germans then, and they're retreating to Germans now. It's like deja vu, but it's yet to happen, sort of thing. Or is that like what deja? I can't remember how you explain deja vu. It's like something that's not happened yet, but you've seen it like before, like you've seen something in the future, and then when it happens, like, oh, that was deja vu. So I guess yeah, you could see it's like a Frenchman from the Napoleonic period. See like your grandson's getting chased down by angry Germans. It's kind of happened here a bit. But yeah, the poor French now getting chased off the battlefield by these Prussians. Look how close they're getting of the Prussians to like just then rake musket fire onto these poor French. This is brutal. The officers firing, it's just like insane. I don't know why I'm like pointing at a screen, like you can see me pointing at the screen. It's like, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. It does look amazing. I'll be very upset now if the recording's bugged, because I've really enjoyed watching it. Even a second time, it's been fun to watch. You see, look at these light infantry. They're like, no, we're going to get cut down by these cuirassiers. It's another cuirassier unit. It's a 93-man unit. There's like the other one's still loitering around with 87 men still in it. Yeah, my God, look at this. The French are in full retreat. I think they're trying to retreat back to this village back here. They all have names, which is so good. I can't actually tell you what this one's called. It's like the writing's too small. I should have remembered. But yeah, they're still stuck. Like there's a wedge here by the Prussians. Rochelle's now got across the river, and he's now firing a river ditch or whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, firing into like the retreat of the French. Oh my God, these French are getting gunned down. They actually are like, I just saw like at least 10 or 20 like French just fall in that front line. The Grenadiers, the line there, just fighting on the left, and you got like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's a harrowing musket fire. How can these guys miss? And the French are firing more in column, and they're not allowing as many men to fire, while like the Prussians are spreading out. And I think that's what's actually helping them. Different style of fighting. I mean, the French are being very historical. That's how they fought in column. But yeah, I mean, it's absolutely devastating. Look at the French do still have guns. Actually, how have they still got these guns? How have they still got these guns? Oh, must be Lannes. Yeah, Lannes is actually pushed up pretty far. This is like, I thought these were men cut off from the Sultan Ney, but this is Lannes' army. He's pushed in. he's taken this whole area. I mean, he's very little to fight, in fairness. But yeah, he's pushing on. I mean, it's a bit too late. That's the thing. They've, like, if the French were, like, here taking the building, this would be huge. I think they would have joined up these armies, and, like, the Prussians and the Prussians and the Saxons would have had an actual challenge. But I think the battle's kind of, like, already massively lost for the French because they've got no cavalry left. There's no cavalry. There's a volley from the French guns. One volley from Napoleon's ladies. That's what they used to call his guns. No, not a volley. We can't even have that. What is this? An 8-pounder and another 4-pounder. We've got, like, light infantry here. It's just cavalry. It's just cavalry, man. They are causing so much issues. These Chevaliers. I'm sure that the cavalry for, like, both the Prussians and the Saxons has got into the hundreds in kills. You see, look at these French just getting absolutely routed. They're just charging in now. Poor French just getting gunned down. Yeah, Jena has been lost today. History is definitely going to be changed. Unless, like, something mad happens now, the French have definitely lost this. And the Saxons and the Prussians are going to win this today. It's going to be huge. And look, what is this? That's one of the honestly just a light infantry that's been stuck out all the way out here. What happened to the French cavalry? Like, they had some left. Did that just get routed? I don't know. There's so much that goes on in Napoleon Total War 3 battles, you're going to miss something. But yeah, they had 2 hussar units. I think they just got routed at some point. I mean, that's not a good sign that I can just see, yeah, oh yeah, there's like, oh, no, there's just a cheval. I don't know then. Well, there's more like chevaliers just appearing out of the woods here, and like some guns, like those gunners have survived as well. Oh, they've got like units all over there. Oh, and there's those grumpy plebs. Oh yeah, because this is technically a 4v4, but there's 2 AI. And they just, for some reason, just added grumpy plebs. Might as well just have a 3v3. But fair enough. And look at these more chevaliers here, just going to get so many more kills. Like these light infantry, I don't even care that they've been charged in the rear. They're going to carry on gunning down these Saxons. I mean, yeah, like oh, general has died. Whose general has died? Oh, Salt has died. Okay, no, Salt has died. The hero of Austerlitz has died. Bet he wishes he was still at the Pratzen Heights, absolutely kicking the Austrians and Russians' asses. But no, he is now being had his own ass kicked by the Prussians in Prussia. And yeah, so the 1806 campaign has not got off to a great start. We'll have to see how Auerstadt goes in a few days' time. See whether the French can win the other battle. Then it'll be quite interesting to see what happens. Like, where would you then have the next battle? Would it be like the winners of like the Jena and Auerstadt fight each other? If like, say if the French win, I haven't actually seen the battle, so I have no idea myself.
The men are fatigued, sir. Must rest a while.
But it'll be interesting to see. Bernadotte and Devaux have got a lot to do to save the French and Napoleon's ass. That's how Napoleon's rule was. Napoleon's rule was basically just destined on military victories. And then we've got another general dying now. I think that's Ney's dead. Yeah, I think Ney's just died. Yeah, 100%. Ney, I'm pretty sure Ney, like, straight off the bat, like, or Ney or Salt straight off the bat, like, got, like, hit here, over here. It's, like, literally on this hill, like, just got sniped by artillery. He didn't die. It was like some of his staff died. And it's just like, what a terrible place. What a terrible start to the battle. Like, you just, from there, you should have known that the French went in for a nice time. It was not going to be a good afternoon for the French. You can see the Saxon cavalry here. I mean, it's not the Saxons, it's the Prussian cavalry here. Still doing like absolute bits. Grenadiers the line here, doing what they can. And they've actually taken this building, so I mean, big respect to the French there, but they might have to retreat to it. They might have to retreat back to the town that they took. Because Lannes is all that's left now. And he's in an absolute mess. Like, he's getting flanked hard here, heavy. And he's not even dealing with it. Like, what is this? This unit is looking back this way at stuff. It needs to turn and face his Prussian unit. I mean, he needs to fall back, really. He's been outmaneuvered. Like, the French have just been outmaneuvered on every account. Like, here we go. Musketeers going in to deal with these line infantry. And yeah, I just think the French just been outmaneuvered. Like, they've had... Possibly, I don't think they've had worse commanders, but like the Saxons and the Prussians have had the better commanders today. Like, I'm not saying like the French are bad commanders. They're just like the Prussians and the Saxons have the better commanders. Well, in history, the French are the better commanders. But yeah, so that's just how it goes, really. Interesting to see. I'm really glad that this is I was given this replay to have a look at. Now look at this, the French is retreating. March, men, fall back, fall back. And they're getting charged down by like all the Prussian infantry. They're just like, no, you should not escape. Orders Grenadiers line 26 of them. Let them get away. Let them become old guard. I mean, actually, can you become an old guard if you're like a veteran of defeat? I guess possibly. Napoleon barely lost though, so I guess you never had that scenario. He only lost like one battle, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I think he only lost really one battle, and that's Waterloo. Other ones he merely escaped. Poor Grand Army. What's left of it anyway? They're trying to retreat over here. Look at this. Lanz is now hiding in this building. Some grenadiers are hiding in here with him. This is kind of like sad to see the French army just get absolutely destroyed. There's still some French units over here. I didn't even realize. They've ignored these guys. They just allowed these French units to return. Got Alexander de Altonchy and the Ile-de-France. Some line infantry. They're going to come back and take the battle. They're going to take the battlefield for themselves. The battle's not over yet. Even with Sultan Ney dead, they've not given up. Big respect. March forward, my friends. My brothers in arms. I don't know why I'm saying that. As a Britishman, that's painful to say as a Frenchman. To a Frenchman. Literally fought them for the longest and the hardest throughout this thing. Throughout this conflict. I say biggest respect and biggest participants in the battle have got to be France, Austria, and Britain. And Britain and Austria have got to have got to get the most respect for fighting Napoleon. Britain just never at any point really surrendered. There's only one small point just after Napoleon basically takes power, 1803, 04. That period is the fake peace or false peace or something it's called like that. So apart from that, Britain basically finances the entire war and also fights basically the entire war. They finance basically everyone's war and their own. And also big respect to Austria in the war, because they just basically they get defeated so many times, on multiple occasions, and they always come back. The Austrians yeah, that's fine. We'll just raise another 100,000 men plus, and then just fight on. Who cares if we lost the last 10 battles? We'll eventually win one of them, which they do eventually. They do win a few. I mean, Aston and Essling was a draw. Wagram was an improvement on past defeats, and then they eventually you could argue that they win Leipzig, but that's one that I'd say that Napoleon didn't lose it, but he didn't also win it, sort of thing. Napoleon did the whole point of Leipzig was that the French army had to get out, but had to basically the Grand Army had got trapped and it had to get out, and it did. That's the thing. A good portion of it did get out, and he's able to bring it back across the Rhine. So in that aspect, the Allies lost because it allowed Napoleon to carry on fighting. Because if that Grand Army had been destroyed there at Leipzig, France would have fallen quite easily. Probably Napoleon would have not been able to raise another army and fight for another 2 years. Well, another year. And then don't really count the 1815 campaign as part of the actual Napoleonic Wars. But yeah, so you wouldn't be able to fight for another year. The war would have ended there and then. But because Napoleon got his army out, he's able to resist another year at least. Which is yeah, kind of a win for him in that aspect. He obviously wanted to stay in power as long as possible. And there you go. That's basically the battle anyway. I'm just whittering on about Napoleonic tactics, history. Apologies, but yeah, they're just shelling this building. It's at 50% now. I'm just going to fast forward for the sake of this video. You don't really need to see. All they're doing is just firing squad. It's just the musketeers just firing in here, and the cannons blowing holes into this. These poor line infantry and Grenadiers, the line, and Lanz is even in here. I forget Lanz is in here. He's just getting blown to pieces. 108 men just hiding, shivering in here. But eventually this will get destroyed. I mean, I think it gets to 50% and it starts to get slightly ruined, and at that point it goes down pretty quickly. I mean, these line infantry are already wavering, so that's not looking good. They might break before they get before even the storming happens. Yeah, there you go. They've broken. 30 men just ran out of the building. Please don't hurt us. We didn't want to fight. Napoleon told us to. And here we go. I mean, I think it's 35%. I don't know if it's might be 50%, might be more. But yeah, I mean, nothing really happens here. I just felt like I'd just keep this in because, I mean, I know what happens. It's basically just a load of storming happens in a moment. They're going to just storm the building. They're getting these units a bit too close, really. The Fusiliers here, very, very close. I do like the Fusilier units of these, like this Prussian period. Yeah, why are they getting all their units so close? I mean, they could afford to just throw away units if they wanted. They have so many in reserve. But yeah, so, I mean, they've done a good job. I will give it that too. I mean, both sides did really well. I mean, the French were very unlucky. I think they, like, Lannes' army, no, unfortunately, I think should have been joining the battle a lot earlier because then the Saxons would have had to, like, transfer their entire army to face Lannes. Or it would have been a race against time for the Prussians and the Saxons to, there you go, it's destroyed, yeah, 50%. Yeah, like, Lannes could have been aggressive while the rest of the French army could have been defensive if, like, the Prussians had decided to go on a 2.5 versus 2.
We have killed their
There you go,
generals,
Lannes has
now
died,
they must break.
and the storming can be finished. Look at this, it's just like a load of grenadiers just hiding in here, just like at the far end of the building. Like, you can't get us. And there you go, they're taking the building. The French have fully routed, and that is going to be the end of the battle, I imagine. I can't see any of the French units still on the battlefield. But yeah, so that would be what I would have done if I was the French. Been aggressive with Lannes' army, fought like the half of the army of the Saxons, or drawn the rest of the Saxons over here, and then allowed the Prussians and the French to just have an even fight, which would have then probably been in favor of the French. So yeah, that's what I would have done, probably, if I was Grand Commander of this. But there you go, so the Battle of Jena has changed, and it is going to be the Prussians taking the field today, not the French. So there we go, so we'll have a look at the end results. Antonio Hansen was the one that sent this in, so thank you very much to him for sending this in. Very much appreciated. Really good battle, man. And yeah, feel free to send me more replays. I'm going to be checking out your Auerstadt one very, very soon. So yeah, that'll be really good to look at. So yeah, well done to Antonio Hansen, who's playing as Saxony. Unitendo, who is playing as one of the, I think he's playing as Hohenlind or whatever. And then we've got Eric playing as Ruchel. And then we've got Truckename, who's playing as Sol. We've got Tapawi. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, sorry, Tapawi. I'm just going to say. Yeah, I don't know the res. I don't even want to like try it. Playing as Lannes, and then you've got Pacifist playing as Ney. So well done to well, all the players. I mean, oh my gosh, didn't even see this. Ney's army got like no kills, so unfortunate for Pacifist there. But we'll have a quick look at the unit stats. So yeah, here are the end results. So we'll look at who's got the highest. Grenadiers here, the Mech. So that unit that's holding the village got 374 kills. Very, very nasty. Probably one of the highest amount of kills I've seen for a unit in ages. Then we've got Chevaliers here, getting 232 kills. I knew these guys would do really well. You've got Musketeers getting 155, 152 for some more Chevaliers. Musketeers getting 115. Another Grenadier unit get 106. And there are the rest of the results. So I hope you guys did enjoy the battle. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and leave us like and subscribe, and a comment. Sorry, if you enjoyed, and like if you want to see more Napoleon Total War like historical battles, if there's any like Napoleon historical battles you'd like to see, let me know in the comments, and I'll see what I can do about it. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.